I'm very excited because I've just come back from a trip, and before I left I'd put some little lettuce seeds in a hummus pot to germinate, and look at them! So they're all starting to sprout, which is so exciting. So I think the next step that I need to do is to prick them out and put them in little module trays instead before I put them in the ground. I don't have, I think they call it like a dibber or something, or a pricking out tool or whatever. So I'm just going to try and use a crochet hook and try and prick them out with that. I'm really excited. This is my first like foray into growing anything really from seed, so very excited. Okay, so I have put them in their little module tray. I don't know if I've done it right, but hopefully I have. I've just put them on this little windowsill for now because they want light, I think, but I don't think they want it to get too hot. And this is southwest facing, so at the moment the sun isn't like directly hitting it, but there's a nice amount of light. So if I feel like they're getting too hot and they're going to dry out, then I'll move them. For now, I've put them there. And then I've left the other little seedlings still just to germinate in here, the little ones that hadn't quite come substantial. But yeah, I'm really excited to see if this works. And then I need to get another few bags of compost to go out in my veg bed because it's not quite full. So I need to make sure I do that before they're ready to go in the ground. But I think they should have a little bit of time. I don't know how long it takes for them to become like proper plants. But obviously I'm doing this in like the summer, so I think it's all quite a lot quicker moving at the moment than it would be if I was doing it, say, like February, March time. There's my veg bed. See, it's not quite full enough, so I need to get another few bags. So I will do that at some point this week. Like, everything is looking good. I don't know what that bucket's doing out there. But yeah, the plants are all looking okay. I've come back from a trip and some of them that we planted last week look like they're dead. Like, we bought this African daisy is just dead, I think. Well, I don't know if it's dead. The leaves look fine, but all the flowers have just shriveled up, so we'll have to see. My nasturtiums look absolutely wild out there. Some of the other plants that we planted last week haven't really, the flowers have kind of just died off. I think maybe it's a mixture of the weather, but also where we bought them from, maybe they were a little bit weaker plants, but we shall see if they survive. morning. I've just made myself a cup of tea, which has gone kind of cold, but that's okay because it's boiling hot here. It's ridiculous in England at the moment. I think we got to like 36 degrees or something a couple of weeks ago, and this week it's just pretty much 30 every single day. So it's impossible to cool the house down. Like, our houses here are just not built for the heat, and I'm really tempted to invest in an AC unit. So I'm just trying to be really tactical with, like, when the temperature outside gets hotter than the temperature inside, and pulling down the blinds, opening the windows on the north side of the house to get the fresh air in, and then the south when it's like in the evening. But it's a challenge, honestly, and trying to work from home in this heat has been unbearable. But yeah, it's not gotten too hot yet today because it's still the morning, but I think it's going to reach about 29, which to be honest is a bit cooler than it has been recently, so that's good. That's crazy because that's still so hot for England. We went to go and see the sunrise. We set an alarm for like 3:15 in the morning, left the house at about 3:45, and then it was an hour drive down to the beach, which actually, funnily enough, is the beach like that I grew up next to. Yeah, but it's now about an hour away from where I live now. We got there probably a little bit earlier than we needed to in retrospect, but it was so beautiful. I'm still reeling from how magical it was. I got so many photos and videos. The colours were just so gorgeous, and like the reflection on the water. It was already like nearly 20 degrees at that time of day. I decided to go and have a little dip in the ocean, and the sea was so, well, obviously it wasn't warm. Like, I hate it when people say, oh, the sea was warm. Like, the sea's never warm, but it was a really nice temperature to swim in. To swim in that water with the reflection of the sky all around me, it was just absolutely gorgeous. So it's definitely something we want to do again in the future. Obviously not straight away, but we were absolutely knackered the next day. We were both just so out of it. And I think also because it was so hot then, I think it was like 33 degrees that day, we were then boiling hot and really deliriously tired, and then both of us just kept napping throughout the day. It was so worth it. It was so gorgeous. Today I have a couple of things I want to get done, so I thought I'd give you a little bit of an update on what's going on in the garden and with my little veg bed project that I'm doing. And then also I'm going to go and see family tomorrow, and I'm going to see my little baby niece, which will be lovely. And when she was born, I started making this little crochet elephant that I was going to give to her. This is so classic me. I pretty much finished it and then never actually finished doing the last step. So he's like completely done, he just doesn't have any arms, and I kept saying, yeah, I'll finish him at some point, but then just never got around to it. I don't know why I do this with things. I have so many either half finished or like almost finished projects. I do it with books as well. Like, I'll get to almost the end of a book and then I'll just move on to the next, and I forget about it and I don't ever finish them. Don't ask me why. There's something in my brain, I just do that. I'm not very good at finishing things. Anyway, there's probably some psychological breakdown I could go through to do with that. But basically what I was going to say was I want to finish making that today because I'm going to see her tomorrow and then I can give it to her. So I want to do that, and then I also want to get some reading done because I feel like I've been slacking on my reading recently. I've been quite busy all of a sudden, just had lots of other things going on, and I've just not really had time. I have had time, but I haven't prioritized reading. So I'll give you a little reading update in a bit as well. Doing my classic thing of starting about 1 million books at once. I've got so many books on the go at the moment. Let's head out into the garden first off, and I'll give you a little update of what's going on out there. Okay, so this is where things are currently at in the garden. I can hear so many bees buzzing around. Love seeing like all the bees and the butterflies just flying from plant to plant. It makes me feel like I've set up a little ecosystem out here. It's so cute and so rewarding. So this is how everything is currently looking. I did deadhead this the other day and it needs doing again because it just is growing like crazy. But as you can see, the butterflies absolutely love it, and so do the bees. It's probably one of my favourite plants out here. And then we've got these geraniums, which are huge now, and this plant is doing really well, which I'm really pleased about. It smells really nice as well, that plant. And the nasturtiums have gone crazy. I just trained them up this bamboo structure that I made. Oh my god, I've just seen we've got caterpillars. Oh dear. Well, I was about to say we've got loads of aphids on there, but now we also have caterpillars. Oh, there's loads of them. So that's not going to last very long, is it? Because they're going to munch away at that pretty quickly. This one isn't doing so well. All the flowers kind of dropped off. I think that's just because of the heat, to be honest. I think the sun just probably made it drop its flowers, because this is all new growth that's coming through, so those should bloom. So I'm not too worried. The leaves look fine, and this one is looking okay considering how hot it's been. I've been trying to water everything as much as I can, but everything's just been so dry. I've lost a few, but I think that's pretty normal. And yeah, the leaves look all right, so I'm not too worried. These are my little lettuces that I've just got sat out here getting some sunlight. They're doing really well. Look how cute they are. So I think they need probably another week or two, and then they can be planted out, which is exciting. This one's doing really well. And then I also have some seeds germinating inside as well. So this African daisy kind of just dropped all its flowers, the same with the one over there as well, that one. So I'm hoping that it gets some new blooms. It looks like it has some coming through, and the leaves look fine. So I think it's probably just been the heat. GM is now blooming again, which is nice. Of new little blooms coming through, because that was looking dead. It does have some dead flowers on that probably needs deadheading, but I really like that one. This purple one is kind of losing a lot of its blooms. I don't know, I think everything here is quite crowded. We planted everything a bit too close together, so I don't know if it's that. Also, this lupin is just going crazy. There's so many new blooms on it. I didn't realise that it was going to have loads of new ones coming through, but then this one has just dropped off down here. I don't know what's happened. I don't know if the birds had that or something, or maybe it's just the weight of it has just, I don't know, but it's completely broken at the stem down here. These are looking great. And then we planted this little chrysanthemum in the chimney pot, which I think is doing okay. It doesn't look its best. The leaves are all okay. I've just been trying to give it water because I think it's been drying out quite a bit in the heat. And we've got another chrysanthemum over here, and that one is looking even worse. So I don't know if it's just having been transported and the stress of it, maybe, and also with the heat. This African daisy has just gone crazy. It's grown so much. Also, this down here was I got given these little seed papers. So it was a mint seed paper that I tried to germinate, and I also had a tomato one, but neither of them have done anything, so I don't know. I don't think the seed papers have really worked. This African daisy has lost most of its flowers, which is sad because it was really looking beautiful, but I'm hoping that it will have some more. It looks like there's some more coming through. This dianthus it's okay, losing some flowers, but I think that's to be expected. It's got some new ones coming through. Another geranium. These are so bright, aren't they? I love this shrub. I'm not sure what it is, but it's got lovely white flowers on it. It's really pretty. This was another one that we planted recently, which I think is doing okay. Catmint is doing well. This is our creeping thyme, which has little pink flowers on it, which is so pretty. And it's starting to creep, which is exactly what I want it to do. I want it to creep all the way over to this bird bath. This one we planted is not looking its best, but we'll see what happens. I think considering the quite extreme temperatures we've had recently, it could all be looking a lot worse. And I think I've done pretty well with keeping them watered. I've been watering them pretty much every evening, which I think has helped. But we've got a few in containers down here. So we've got these ones in little terracotta pots, and it's really hard to know how much to water them. They don't look great, but they're not like, the leaves aren't crisping up, so I think they're okay. I didn't water these this morning because the soil still felt quite moist from yesterday, but they might want some tonight, so I'll keep an eye on them. This was the dahlia that I planted, which was so beautiful when I planted it, and it's just lost all its flowers, but there are lots of new ones coming through. And then this is looking really sad. Look how sad that looks. We'll just have to see. It might just be suffering in the sun. This spot does get a lot of sun. So we also have our olive tree. We moved onto the patio, and it's not looking very good. It's really suffering. I think it's just been getting a lot of sun, and the soil just really dried out. So I'm giving it good water every day or two. Hopefully it will survive, because yeah, it's got so many dead leaves, but there are still a few green ones. That's the garden update. We bought a couple of little sun loungers the other day, just because we've got this patio furniture set, this bistro set, but we wanted something that we could lie out on in the sun while it's been so bright. Everything around me is covered in weeds, and I really need to do some weeding. It's been too hot recently to do it, so I need to come out first thing in the morning or late in the evening one night and do it, because there's so many weeds. The grass is dead, and also we've still got that area that needs turfing. That's going to have to wait until it's a bit less hot, because I can't keep on top of watering that while it's this hot all the time. It's not looking great. It's really quite ugly. Just a load of dry soil and rocks and weeds, but we'll get there. There are so many weeds in the border. Look how big these ones are. And then I noticed this morning there was one over here. Yeah, look at this big old dandelion. It's just been prime conditions for them to grow because I didn't even weed that long ago. I've got some more lettuce seeds germinating in here, which I think look pretty much ready to be pricked out, to be honest. At least almost there. Look at them. So many lettuces. I think I may have gone a little bit lettuce crazy. I just was really enjoying the process of doing it because it's so satisfying seeing them all pop up. They're like the easiest thing to grow. Yeah, we're gonna have lettuce coming out of our ears, but at least it's good for salad while it's so warm. Now I'm eating a lot of salad at the moment, so I'm really looking forward to actually planting some out there, and I think they can sit in their module trays for quite a while. I don't think they all need to be planted out straight away, so, and I could even put some in pots, to be honest. You don't even have to grow them in the ground, you can grow them out of pots, so I could just do that, just transfer them to a bigger pot once they get big enough. I don't have space for them all. It's definitely like a new favourite hobby of mine. I really want to get into it. It does take up quite a lot of time. You don't realise how much time and brain space it takes up. Like, I'm researching stuff all the time as well. Okay, so it's the end of my day. I've just finished work. I am sweating, I'm so hot. I think I'm gonna go and sit outside and do my little crocheting reading session out in the sun. So I definitely need to get changed because I don't know why I'm wearing this long sleeve top. I've been wearing it all day and I'm so hot. So I'm gonna get changed into something much more skimpy and go sit outside. I think I managed to get quite a lot done today at work. I've had quite a productive day, and I also managed to clean the house on my lunch break, so I feel like I've deserved some relaxation, brain off time for this evening. So let's go and do some crocheting and some reading. So this is the book I'm currently reading. I'm currently reading like about 5 different books, but this is the one I'm trying to focus my attention on to finish. I'm only like 48 pages in. It's really, really, really good. It's called We Go Way Back by Neve Connolly, and it will be out in April next year. So a little while to wait. I got one of the first proof copies of it. Because I met her at the Women's Prize live event that I got invited to last month, because she won the Women's Prize Discoveries Award, which is for debut authors. It gives them loads of resources and support and everything to get their debut novel published. This is a love story, which I think it says on the back, it has like all these different descriptive words, so I'll read a few of them. This is a tender, staring, agonizing, aching, lingering, tense, intense, excruciating, smart, delicate, blah 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 blah. Will they, won't they, will they, finally falling for them, desperate to talk about, love story for the ages. So, and it says get ready to yearn in 2027, and I love a book with a good yearning. I'm about 50 pages in. Her writing is exceptional. I think they were saying at the event she had multiple different publishing houses fighting over the rights for her book because everybody wanted it, and I think there's talks about getting screen rights for it as well, which would be really good. And she was absolutely lovely as well, really, really sweet, and she signed my proof, which is really sweet. It says, "To Poppy, thank you for being so lovely at my first event." So this is the blurb for the book. I think I'll just read it rather than trying to summarise it myself because I'm not very good at doing that. It says, "Frances has imagined this wedding a million times, but in no version was she alone in her hotel room trying not to cry. In every version, she was supposed to be the one marrying Callum Sutton. That was before she ruined everything. So how did they end up here? Interwoven with the wedding weekend is the story of a friendship forever on the brink of being something more. From the early days of homemade mixtapes and drunken almost kisses, through birthdays, weddings, life-upending bereavements, to the final heartbreak that led them here, to Callum marrying someone else." As Frances unpacks her suitcase, there's a knock at the hotel door. Callum Sutton in the flesh for the first time in over 3 years. And the answer to will they, won't they suddenly becomes a lot less certain. So it kind of flits between present day and then it goes back to when they were kids, and I think it will tell their story. I want to get that finished before I start to try and finish anything else. I've almost finished The Correspondent, which I was really enjoying, and then I went to this event and I just started reading this and I was like, oh, this is really great. And then I went to a Bloomsbury event and I really, really want to start reading Starside because they gave it to me, but I'm trying my best to resist. By the way, I'm talking quite quietly out here just because there's lots of neighbouring gardens and I don't want to disturb people. So this is the little elephant that I have almost finished making. He is just missing some arms. Yeah, he's quite cute. He's quite floppy. I don't know if I followed a pattern from this book. This book that I think my boyfriend bought this for me as a gift like years ago when I first got into crocheting, and it's got really, really cute patterns for toys. So I thought, oh, like that would be great. And in here, the elephants look so cute, but I don't know if mine doesn't really have the same. Maybe he just needs some arms, but I don't know. Mine doesn't seem quite as cute as the ones in the book. I feel like that's always the way. It's a little handmade gift, isn't it? I can't remember exactly what crochet hook I was using because I was doing this months ago. I'm gonna try a 3mm and just hope and pray that was right. And it's only the arms I need to do. it shouldn't matter too much. But yeah, I'm gonna crack on with that and just relax. I've got my laptop. I might put some YouTube videos on in the background and just chill out for a bit. So it's been a few days since I filmed those last clips. So I think I was saying how I was going to go and see my niece the next day and I wanted to finish off making a little toy for her. So I sat down to do it and I did actually get one of his little arms done. And then I got distracted, of course. I went round to the front of the house for some reason and we've had this issue basically with our front hedge recently, which is a box hedge. It's got this infestation of, they're called box tree caterpillars. They're just eating the hedge. The only ways you can get rid of it is either through using horrible pesticides, which I don't want to do because there's like little birds and things that go and visit that hedge and I really don't want to harm other wildlife, or you can just try and tackle it yourself, like manually removing them. Like, it's a pretty much impossible task. So everybody online is basically saying if you've got this issue, just get rid of the hedge. It would be really expensive to replace this hedge. It would take a long time for it to establish itself in the way that it has currently, and I just really want to try and save it, really. But I don't want to use horrible pesticides. So I did some research and I bought this moth trap. You basically capture the male moths so that then they don't mate with the female ones and you massively reduce the numbers of caterpillars in the hedge. I've been doing that and I think I've caught like over 50 moths over the last few weeks. And so I thought, yeah, I'm doing really well. And then I've been keeping an eye out to see if there have been any caterpillars appearing, because you're supposed to keep an eye. They become little baby caterpillars again, and then you need to go and pick them all out of the hedge, which I did before and I picked out hundreds. But anyway, I've been keeping an eye on this hedge and I went around to the front of the house. I think we'd gotten a delivery or something, so I went to go and get it. I was stood next to the hedge and I just saw this big, juicy caterpillar and I was like, I'm going to get you. Picked him out of the hedge. It's one of those things, once you see one, you then see all of them. Saw another one and another one and another one. I ended up out there for over an hour, just got fixated. I picked out, I think I counted like over 200 caterpillars from this hedge. And then I was like, right, I need to stop because A, this is hurting my back, and B, I need to bloody finish this. I was absolutely knackered. I ended up just having to go to bed. Went and saw my sister and my niece and it was lovely. And she was actually playing with the little elephant, even though he hasn't got any arms. So I think she will like him, hopefully, when he's finished. It's a few days later and I think I might see them again in a couple of days. And if not, I can leave him at my mum's house when I go over there tomorrow. So I want to get him done really today so that then it's just done. I can actually give him to her after all these months. I've had a really nice morning. It's Saturday and I've got the day to myself, which is lovely. So I made myself pancakes this morning with a matcha and some fruit and yogurt, and then I've been reading. So I've nearly finished The Correspondent, which I've been reading for quite a while. I literally have I'm on page 241. How many pages are there? 270. So I've got like 30 pages left. So I'll finish that this afternoon probably. It's got quite a slow start, but then once you get into it, you can't stop reading. And it's really easy to read as well because it's all letter form. Really enjoyed that. And also the audiobook I've been listening to a little bit as well. Audiobook is really well narrated. They have great voices for every different person. Probably finish that, but my main priority is to get this finished today. I'm holding myself accountable by filming myself saying this. In the next clip, he will be finished. I've just arrived at my parents' house. I'm sat in my car, but I realised that I totally forgot to update you after I finished making the little elephant. So here he is, all finished. He's got a little tail, and yeah, he's not perfect, but I'm actually quite pleased with him. I think he's turned out all right. He's cute. Hopefully she likes it. So I thought I'd just end the vlog quickly here and just say goodbye, but thank you so much for watching if you have, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!